Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we are on Anaheim, one of the 2024 Super Motocross season in MX bikes, and hopefully you guys have copped the track. If you guys haven't, go down to my description, it'll be at the top of that, and the track link and everything like that, my Discord, all that stuff. If you guys want to go check all that out. Anyways, too early to be plugging into the video, I don't know what I'm doing. Other than getting absolutely chaotic through the whoops. Fun fact, I did the same exact video. I know you guys are expecting me to say like a year ago or something like that, right? No, I did it, I mean, just 5 minutes ago. I just finished up a 25-minute video, and my microphone wasn't even on, so there's my IQ level kicking in there in high gear, or whatever you want to say. Oh my god. Either way, I have a good understanding of what I want to say at least, and yeah, I guess peek the face cam. I don't have this on very much, so if you guys we're curious, you know, what the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice looked like. Now you guys get a chance there. I don't normally bring out the face cam, but I don't know. Just thought it would be fun for today. There's the quad, a nice little squub, and then we're going to squub underneath again. Come back into here. It's a nice layout, honestly, this A1 layout. I was in a call earlier with Troy as he was killing it on the 450 and set a very good time, and that's kind of why I'm running the 450. It's a lot easier and more fun this way. The 250 was kind of not a hassle to bring around the track, but it just wasn't the same as a 450 where you can really just jump literally anything. I was going to try to quad this to prove my point, but then I lost traction. Anyways, we were talking about how easy the track is, and I was like, well, it's difficult on the 250, and it's kind of meticulous. And then I hopped on the 450 and I was like, oh, this is easy. So I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a few moments where you just don't think that's true, or where it might look a little more hard, or for the lower level player it might get difficult. But honestly, all things considered, this is an easy track, but in my opinion it's a good baseline if this is what we're starting with. Normally by the end of the aerial seasons, we're looking at some of the better tracks of the season, and that's obviously not what's happening here. We're starting off still very good. Like, if this is the baseline and it can only get better from here, obviously track layout wise, everything like that, it might change, but I don't really know how much it'll change early. But we've seen some massive change in aerial series in the past, where we're looking at, you know, like where we had pre-ruts at the end of the 2022 season now, I think it is, and 2023 was a good season, and some of the best tracks were later in the season after Stone Rider figured out a few things and just worked a lot better with the bikes that were out at the time. And now we are here, and if it's already this good, I can't wait to see how we'll end the series off, because obviously track layout is a huge part of these as well, where some tracks just don't flow as well in a video game as it might look like in real life or whatever. But by the end of each season, there's always like those few like fan favorites that really stand out or are played a lot in public lobbies, and a lot of that is just because either the track layout works really well, it's a lot easier, it's more simplistic, or something like that, versus it really being a good track or whatever. It's just kind of how well will it translate from real life to in the game. Stone Rider does a good job, like I mentioned, later season, of trying to adapt to these bikes, get through all people's complaints and everything like that, to really make the tracks as good as they can, honestly. Now, I mentioned I was on the 450, but I don't think that this is a permanent thing. I think that I'm just on the 450 for now, because I don't know, I'm liking the 250, and if I'm gonna race aerial at all, I think it'll be 250 East EU, maybe. I think that that's kind of just what works best with my every Friday, I guess, and just would kind of work better with what I'm racing and comfortable with, because the 450s have so much power. Who knows, maybe I do hop up to 450s after putting an ideal lap time down on this track at a 1017 or something, and still running like a 1026 or 1027, something like that. So was really impressed with myself after, you know, just a few laps on the 450. I was, in my opinion, doing a good job. But now that I'm sitting here focusing on other stuff like recording, or stuff that goes along with recording, and actually having your microphone on, it gets a little more difficult to run just absolute burners. But we'll see if we can put in any laps that look good or feel good, but that are just absolute brainless, because I'm going to just be sat here talking to you, and that's what I'm mostly focused on while I'm recording. It's not a whole lot of other stuff going on in my head. It's mostly just like, okay, what do we say next? you know, just what do I say and what do I do? Like, what's the line? What's the thought process? Like, a lot of that just goes through your mind, and a lot of it just gets taken off of the gameplay or whatever. So if you ever see someone that claims they're better off camera, I'd probably believe them. Now, to the extent of that, when people say, hey, I run 3 seconds a lap faster when I'm not recording, I don't believe that, but you never know. So that's all I'm saying, is it doesn't take a genius to do this, but it definitely takes a little bit more brain power to sit here and talk while you're playing the game at a decent level. And you know, credit to those who do at a very high level. That, I mean, obviously I have to still working back to it after my stint gone from MX bikes. There was you know, a little bit getting used to talking and playing the video game at the same time again. Wasn't really used to that whole deal, and oh my god, almost just went down there as well. Just trying to stay kind of steady, just kind of steady Eddie through these sections, as these are really where not where it's make or break, but it's definitely the easiest to mess up. And like I said, with so much brain power elsewhere, I don't really want to mess up, so I'm gonna just go a little slower through there and really just focus elsewhere. And that being said, let me know if you guys like these sort of videos where it's just me kind of chatting. I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of people really click or whatever. A lot of my old videos were just me talking about a track or whatever, and it worked out really well. And there's a 1026. It just worked out really well. I made myself a nice little community that I could talk to, and there was just constantly like a few people in like the comment section of every video that, I mean, I just don't have that anymore. I've really shied away from that. And so let me know like what you guys prefer. Do you guys prefer higher action, different videos like I've had in the past? Oh my god. Or if I should just sit on a track and talk, because I can talk and chat away, but it might take a little getting used to again, and it might just try to build up that community that I had at one point here. I definitely feel not left out, but definitely feel like I've missed that, and definitely feel like it's my fault. I mean, I shied way away from not only MX bikes, but the style of content that really builds a community in this community in MX bikes. Honestly, you look at Reaper Doc and what he does on a constant basis, just always live streaming, connecting with his audience, and just always being inviting and so fun to watch. That really helps him. He's killing it right now. If you guys don't know who Reaper Doc is, go look up Reaper Doc MX Bikes, or just Reaper Doc. I'm sure it'll come up either way in your YouTube search bar, because me, oh my, that guy, you know, just deserves so much more than he has, and are already killing it. And I don't know, just not enough could be said about Doc. And just everybody else in the community that really sets the standard. Troy and Lynn's have been at it for a while now, and Lynn's more than Troy, and Troy's killing it and has been for a while now as well. So honestly, all things, I know I'm not at that caliber. I know I'm not that big at all. I know, and I don't compare myself to that, but a lot of it is in the same bubble for me. I don't know why, but I feel like, oh, I mean, if they're doing this, why can't I? Or what am I doing wrong compared to them? And honestly, I was doing everything just fine to get up to where I was, and then I shied away from that, and that's my bad. And that's kind of more this style of video that I'm talking about, or more of a community feel to a channel or to a person or a certain character online. As crazy as that sounds, it's just the age we live in now, where honestly, it's better to build, you know, a community than it is to just put out content that might make a few people laugh. Getting a diverse audience every time, it's a lot more enjoyable to just build. And I don't know why this keeps happening. And even talking, like, okay, as we're gonna probably crash again. No, these bikes are insane. Getting back onto the whole building community or whatever, like, do people sit here and enjoy me talking like this, like talking about how I feel, right? Like, how crazy is that people would sit here and watch? And then I was like, well, I watched Lynn's for a while before I even started making content on this, where he was just talking, you know, while riding a track, whether it was relevant to the track or the game or not. I just listened, and it was entertaining. Watched it almost every morning while I ate breakfast out in the kitchen. I would just sit there and watch Lynn's, and honestly, I feel like that's what I'm missing. Honestly, it's just not really connecting with the audience, as well as not really showing character as much as other people, not only in this space, but that's required to build something that, you know, would be nice to have. So yes, now you guys know where I kind of stand on the whole MX Bikes YouTube thing, and you guys are kind of caught up in that aspect. And like I said, I think I can go on for days and days about this sort of stuff. So let me know, truly, if this is sort of the content you'd like to see. I know we're pretty late into the video and probably lost quite a few people, and I hate this. I hate crashing on recording. It's so, nothing frustrates me more. I'm sitting here trying to talk, and then I pause because I have just crashed, and then not even 10 seconds later, I'm crashing again. Like I said, it's getting back in the groove here. But once again, let me know down in the comments below how you guys feel, or if you guys have been watching for a while and really prefer this than the normal stuff I do. I just really would like to know, and I probably will try to break it down to analytics or post more of these style of videos and see how they stack up to others. Other than that, we can really start talking about something else. In the spirit of Anaheim 1, let's talk about IRL Anaheim 1. I'm such a fan of the sport. I love this sport. I've been following it forever, as we are not getting that. Oh my god, see, that's what I'm talking about. Sure, I might have landed it, but I had just started recording again, or really started talking. I cut the stuff where I don't talk out, and it's very frustrating when it's like not even 7 seconds of me talking, and then I crash again, so whatever. Anaheim 1. Should I give you guys my predictions, or what are we doing here? Let me know. Let me know when you guys are watching this, because this obviously comes out Saturday morning. So race day live could be happening right now, or anything could be happening right now. You guys could just have finished like the heats or something and didn't want to watch the LCQ, so you just hopped on YouTube. Whatever it is. All right, honestly, just let me know where you are in the race and like just your reaction to the races and everything like that. I reply and look at every comment I get that, I mean, honestly, I want to reply to, and a lot of it is just brain dead idiots on my shorts that aren't really great to respond to, but whatever, you guys get what I'm saying. I'll answer all the comments, I'll see them at least. If it entices me, I'll respond. If it's talking crap about my video, then maybe not. If you're talking crap about Chase Sexton, then probably not. But if you are, in some sort of sense, you know, you putting out some pretty good comments, then yeah, I'll definitely reply, and no hesitation at all. Anyways, I think we should go through. Let me know who you guys have winning Anaheim 1 if this is you watching before Anaheim 1. Now, don't cheat if you are watching after, all right? I will be able to decipher the two. Talking to all the 8-year-old scumbags out there that just want to look right all the time, all right? Anaheim 1, me personally, now, these are total, like, just weird picks because... All right, we're not making this again either. This, all right, well, we're down. Might as well pull from a hat. Honestly, Anaheim 1 is extremely hard to predict every single year, and that is why I'm just gonna go with like a few guys that, you know, like, I don't really care if it hits or doesn't. Like, this is just some two random names I'm gonna put out there. I'm gonna say Jordan Smith for 250 E or West, and then give me Malcolm Stewart for Anaheim 1. Now, how realistic is that? Jordan Smith probably more likely than Malcolm, but neither are really suitable for correct predictions. But nothing is come A1. Honestly, it'll probably be one of the big three: Chase Sexton, Tomac, or Jet. We'll have to see when the actual thing comes around. I don't think Cooper Webb will be a player early. I don't think Justin Barcia's on par with some of the other guys, although he is very comfortable on his dirt bike. And that could really help you this early in the championship. So maybe him, Jason Anderson, if he has that kickback in him, and if he's really enjoying the new 2024 Kawasaki as much as he says, possibly. Other than that, like down in the 250 class or whatever, and well, I can't stand not getting that. I'm gonna redo this here. Anyways, just to get over this quad, I'm gonna restart, go beer up, and then hopefully get the quad, as we barely do somehow. I don't know what's happening with me. Recording takes, oh boy, recording takes a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. Recording and playing at the same time, it's a lot different from just playing at the same time while focusing on the game, listening to music, zoning into just the gameplay of it. And we're down again. Now, in terms of 250, if it was Hayden Deegan, that'd probably be the easiest pick, is just to go Hayden Deegan at Anaheim 1. Come out swinging as fast as they can. No one else would do it other than Hayden Deegan. But I think that Joe's a little bit more conservative and understands the long-term championship picture, and I think he just wants to get through a Supercross season healthy. And then Levi Kitchen, Already mentioned him. He's a player for sure and definitely could be the guy or a guy. And then you can look even further down, Nate Thrasher, who I called being good last year and came out and looked good until he got injured. We'll see how healthy he is and if that's really back up to where he could be, or if he's back up to where he could be, which is obviously a winner at this level at this point. So he should be pretty good. And without any of the Lawrence brothers in the 250s anymore, I don't even know what just happened through that. It's a normal whoop procedure, and, well, it just doesn't like me anymore, I guess. Without any of the Lawrence brothers in the 250 class anymore, like, it's not wide open. Obviously, there are still... What is happening? Maybe I should just start rolling around the track. Like, what is happening? I don't understand it. Oh, the depth of each field. 450 is probably the deepest we ever have. I mean, it probably will just keep getting that deep every year until we see, like, more than 2 or 3 people retire in the same year. I don't know why I'm trying to hit this in second gear. And can we land this? No. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, deep fields on both 250 sides, but there are obviously still those big dogs. Joe Shimoda's probably my pick for the championship at on the 250 west side of things. And then for the 250 east, I'd probably have to pick Deegan, but I don't think that one is likely. I think he'll probably crash out of a race or two or something happening, going for like some massive quad. Now, I'm not a Deegan hater, don't get me wrong. I just don't know how or what his approach is. If he comes out in the first few rounds and doesn't even touch the ground, then yeah, I'm sure I'll be more confident about that pick. But Hayden Deegan's my pick. Not very confidently is he my pick, though. Like I mentioned, Joe Shimoda's my pick on the 250 West Coast side of things, and I feel confident about that. But if guys like Levi Kitchen can really start clicking with not only the bike but themselves and just putting themselves in better position mentally, Levi Kitchen has had struggles in the past, and I'm just gonna crash at this point. It's just gonna happen, so I'm gonna have to just like let my brain, you know, take that in. I'm gonna be able to crash. Anyways, Levi Kitchen. I watched a little something on him where he just talked for like 30 minutes with some guy. I think it was Swap Moto Live does these interviews, and it's kind of cool to see what they're doing during the off season, what they're talking about. And yeah, Levi Kitchen has talked about like mental blocks and everything like that, and hopefully he's worked on that, and all is good. And now he'll really just start to put all chips in on himself. That's really what he did with the move over to Pro Circuit Kawasaki, and now that he's on a different training regimen, one that suits him probably a little bit better than the one he had over at Star, it works out in the end for him. I really hope that happens, because the chef, I mean, really a fan of his and what he's been doing and what his story is and everything like that. He came in, like, started riding amateurs at like 15, a lot later than a lot of other guys. So Levi is definitely a fun story to watch out for. But other than that, I mean, maybe a dark horse like Maximus Volan could finish top 3 in points behind Joe and Kitchen. But I think Thrasher, Smith, everything like that, there'd have to be a lot to go wrong for Volan to really take that step up. I think his time's more next year than it is this year if he stays on that Kawasaki, another year on that same bike, and another year confidently on Supercross could really help Max Volan a lot. Now, outdoors, he should actually be pretty good. I could see him podium or getting on the podium, maybe even winning early on, like at Polar or Hangtown, where he's typically very good. Max Volan on the new Kawasaki, where Mitch Payton's found a little extra power in those engines and a little modification here and there to really open up those Kawasaki's, and we'll have to see. Honestly, I think around round 5 or maybe round 4, just for the sake of 250 West, we basically roll 250 East in round 5. So we'll say at round 4 we'll get a good idea of what the picture is of the whole 450 and 250 West, and then we'll kick off 250 East round 5 and really try to get a good idea of what's happening over there as well. That all being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed and watched all the way to this point, I really do appreciate it. Make sure to go watch any of the past content on the channel. It would mean a lot, and I'm sure you guys would like all the past content on the channel if you like this sort of thing, especially watch all the way deep, like this deep into it. It's crazy. That'll be all. Again, see you guys next time. Deuces.